And hello everyone, welcome back to Battle Engine Aquila. We are going to the final mission of the game, the Fall of Fenrir. Looks like this might be it. The Fenrir has turned tail and is retreating. This is our chance to put an end to this war once and for all. Destroy the Fenrir and avenge Tara's death. Tara died? Really? I didn't even know that. And we're going to do this with Pulsar, of course.
Incoming missile. Target the Fenrir's engine pods. We need to slow it down.
Okay, just give me a second. I've just came here. Right, so let me just... Right, just let me... Just... Hang on. I'm a little bit turned around right now. Oh! Almost made me stall.
One engine down. 3 to go. Incoming missile. Half the engines have been destroyed.
Right, just let me chill out here for a bit. Ow.
Damage levels are increasing.
Yeah, I know. Just give me a minute.
Incoming missile.
Ow. Okay. Wow.
Destroy the remaining engine pod.
Yes, I'm doing it. Just get off my back. Who is taking...
Think much more of this.
That was the last one. I'm detecting major internal explosions. It looks like you'll have to take Aquila inside the Fenrir itself to target the main reactor.
Don't take much more of this.
Why
Got the better of me this time.
is the Marshal so damaged?
Great work.
Right, okay. I need to take it inside, did she say?
Incoming missile. Incoming missile.
How do I take it inside? Where do I go to take it inside? These are all questions I need answered.
Incoming missile.
Right, how? Where? Oh, the front, maybe? Jesus, I'm taking so much damage. Right, so do I need to go into the front? Is that what I need to do? Let's find out. Yes!
Incoming missile. Incoming missile.
Right, but what do I do once I'm in here?
Incoming missile.
Can I just chill?
Incoming missile.
That's not gonna work! How did that work? How did I do that? How did I? That has got to be the most awkward.
Take any more damage. The substructure is failing. It's over. We've lost.
That is the most awkward end game I've ever had. Did I win? I've won the game. Wow, that took me 3 minutes. Well, 3 minutes! I did a whole episode for 3 minutes worth. Wow, I was not expecting it to be over that quickly. Well, I mean, the game's done. Battle Engine Aquila. Snap review time. Wow, this game is nowhere near as well. Okay, that's a lie. It's as fun as I remembered it. I only ever played, I think it was on a demo disc. It was a demo disc for the original Xbox and it came with it, and I got to play like one of the earliest missions in the game, and that was all I got to play of it, but the game stuck in my head from when I was a child till now. So the fact that it's stuck in my head from all those years does say a lot. And the fact that when I saw this in the store, and I was like, oh my god, that's that game, that does say a lot. However, now that I'm gonna take off my nostalgia goggles off and criticise the game for what it is as an adult. Now, gameplay was innovative. It was innovative gameplay with the idea that you can change from a tank to an air unit. I love any game that does the whole shifting battle lines kind of deal. Any game that does that I love, so that is a fantastic element of the game. Missions could be really frustrating. There was a lack of direction, especially the fact that your objectives didn't come up on screen. So, I mean, if you had, like, a secondary objective, you wouldn't know unless you specifically went into your briefing. And sometimes you just forget to do that. So, there was a lack of direction, a lack of clarity about the objectives for the game. The missions, some of the missions were insultingly short. Really seriously insultingly short. Like, originally when I started this Let's Play, I saw how many missions I had, and I was like, oh yeah, so many missions, this is gonna be awesome. And then some of them were like 2 minutes, 5 minutes long, and then half of them were evil missions, which is basically just the same mission, just harder and a bit more difficult. So that's basically evil missions. I don't really want to play through them. I don't really want to play through them at all at this point. I just felt it was a bit of a waste of my time when I could be doing other things like recording Mass Effect or recording a new original Xbox game. It's just, I don't feel the need to, or want, or desire to play the evil missions. If you're wanting to challenge yourself, then sure, by all means go ahead, but for me, I think I'm done with this game, unless you guys specifically request to see the evil missions. Characters, forgettable. I don't even remember half of them. Casbah, the Hawk was the main protagonist, I think. Carver was one of the main antagonists, I think. Possibly the overall bad guy was a guy called Surt. I don't know. I'm not sure. Who knows? So that's a bad sign in the game. The characters were extremely forgettable. The story overall was extremely forgettable. Extremely generic. In fact, there really was no story other than, okay, you're now a pilot, go kill things. That's basically the story to this game, is you're now a pilot, go kill things. And I got my first and only S ranking. Damn right, I might as well got an S ranking in that. Completed it instantaneously, essentially. So yeah, a fun game. One that I'm very glad I've Let's Played, one that I'm very glad that I've found and I can add to my collection. And it's not a bad game. I do enjoy the game, but it has its quirks. Some of the level design was infuriating. Sometimes the Muspell battle lines would just overtake yours, and your forces were extremely weak. My wingmen always died. Every single mission I had them on, they would die. There was no doubt about it. They were useless. My own forces were quite useless as well. Seriously, they were awful. They couldn't do anything without me. Some missions felt a lot like it was you are Superman, go and do everything in the entire map. There was a lack of direction about how to approach enemy boss fights. There was no direction about it at all. It was just go, do something, like for instance, go do something about that Fenrir ship. Go do something, Hawk. Do something. What are you doing? Do something. It's like, what do I do? You're supposed to be giving me information on how to defeat this thing. You're just sitting there telling me go kill it. I don't know how. The first time I tried to take on Fenrir, I sat on top of the ship and blew away all the guns and all the rest of it, thinking that was going to do it. And I had to go and look it up online to see that I actually had to blow up the mouth with torpedoes while it was charging up. So there was very little clarity. And to people who haven't played the game before, you're gonna die quite a lot because or maybe not die, but you're gonna fail quite a lot because you're gonna fail out in secondary objectives and mission critical objectives. And it's kind of frustrating because of that. The concept for the game was great. Lost Toys had a great concept for the game, but it was just, I don't know, it could have been so much more, I feel. It could have been so much more than what it was if it was executed just a lot better than what it was executed in. And here's the trailer playing. I guess that can play in the background when I'm doing this, but the story did have had one moment where I was like, oh, that's quite funny, and that's when Carver was killed by the Muspell, and then the guy was just like, meh, medic, I guess. That was the one funny part in the whole game. So I guess we can watch the trailer and that will finish off, just recap. See, I loved the whole battlefield. See, when I was a kid, this whole open battlefield kind of thing, where I could go and join any part of the battle I wanted. That was so cool. That was so cool back in the day when I could join any part of the battle. Nowadays it's a little bit less cool because that thing is more common, but back when this game was released, it was really not common at all. So this was really innovative. When you put it into consideration for its time, this game was rather innovative. And it also was innovative in the fact that it allowed you to destroy the structures Although destroying the structures were rather annoying, got to admit, because of how much damage I had to actually do to destroy them. Story, I'm not too impressed with the story. Cinematics were done, these cinematics are done okay. The character models though looked they all looked alike. Like, they really all looked similar. Like they were all related somehow. Yeah, but in general, I would give this game, about a 6 out of 10. It's not, it's an average game. It's pretty average, if I've got to admit. It's not standout, it's not something amazing. It didn't do very well in sales as far as I remember, but it received good critic scores, so that's, I can see why it didn't do well in sales, because it's not a game that you would look at and go, yeah, that's a standout title for the original Xbox. It's just kind of there. It's a great title to play, but it's not something that you would sell your console on. So that's my snap review of Battle Engine Aquila. In my opinion, it's worth buying it if you come across it. I got this for £3. So for £3, this is a bargain for £3. So I'm happy with my purchase. But I'm going to end this episode here, so thank you guys very much for watching this Let's Play of Battle Engine Aquila. What will I do next? Most likely I am going to move on to Mass Effect. I'm going to go back to Mass Effect now. I have a big urge to play Mass Effect and go back into that universe, so I'm most likely going to go back into that. So, thanks guys for watching this episode of Battle Engine Aquila, final episode. And if you want to get in touch with me, leave a comment in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe and like the video. And yeah, as always, it was a pleasure to have you guys, as always. And I hope to see you next time. Maybe do some Mass Effect probably. See you guys then.